Hey, what's happening, gamers? How's everybody doing? Welcome to I Am the Night, episode 2. 3. Episode 3. Episode 3. We're on episode 3. Tonight's Ultimate Stream is brought to you by VIP channel member Alpha. Thank you, Alpha, wherever you are. Thank you so much for renewing, and I hope you enjoy the following stream.
You've returned. Anything interesting to report?
Because of the content of the previous stream, I made a different thumbnail along with the rating on it, because people should have heads up before they watch that stream. Vanity Fair, the pursuit was something else. As someone who really enjoys like Korean dramas and things like that, the fact that the childhood friend had to die, and like that, dying for the man she loves, and him just going on with his life like nothing and becoming a mobster was just unsettling. I have no words. I don't know what to say. Happy Valentine's Day, Luke and Amber. Thank you, Alpha. Oh, man. I told Amber, I was like, she was like, out of all the characters that could have died, it had to be the childhood friend. I said, yep. And she says, that's just wrong. I said, yep. And then she went back to sleep. Where's my skins? What? Huh? What's going on? Where's my content? All my suits are gone? What? What is happening right now? Did the game erase my content? Huh? Oh my gosh. Guys, we have a new Arkham glitch. We have a new Arkham glitch. All my suits are gone. All my suits are gone. What? What? Hold up. Just two bat suits? No. No, Mr. Zach. It's not two bat suits. No. Every single suit is gone. Adam West, Nightfall, New 52. Gotham by Gaslight. These are all suits that I paid for and that have been in the game forever. I was going to wear my Nightfall skin tonight, like usual. Hold up. We're going to try something. Guys, Slade is gone. Slade's gone too. Bruce Wayne is gone. It's all gone. What the? Cold Heart is gone. Yo! What? How? Huh? It's all gone? Wow. How did this happen? Holy cow. It's like what? That is crazy. Wait, it doesn't say continue I am the night either. Oh my gosh. It doesn't say continue I am the night, it's gone. What is going on? Whoa. Cancel. What is happening right now? We're witnessing history here, guys and gals. We're witnessing actual history. Not only is my I am the night thing gone, but my stuff is gone. My save file, everything. What in the world? This is insane. We have to start over. I'm not starting over on this PlayStation. This PlayStation... The only reason I use this PlayStation is because... Okay, there's Continue On in the Night. Oh my gosh. Everything's gone. I can never look at the Nightfall skin again. I can, Adam West is gone. I can only do Cold Cold Heart DLC on Steam now. All my PlayStation stuff is gone. Slade is gone. Bruce Wayne is gone. Cold Cold Heart is gone. What happened? This is surreal. It's all gone. I'm stunned. I don't know what to say. I feel robbed. Like, I paid a lot of money for all that stuff. It's gone. I mean, I was able to do content from it, but man. But why is the Noel suit here? I don't understand. You own nothing and like it. Oh. I don't even know how it happened. I got nothing. I'm stunned. I got nothing. I don't know. I've never heard of this. Never heard of this happening. The system isn't even hooked up to the internet. Yet all my DLC is still on the Wii U. No, I think this was the same system we played Afterburner on. Maybe when we reconnected this PS3 to the internet after all those years, there was a program or something to delete all your DLC on games. I don't know. Has anybody ever heard of this happening?
Oh no! It's that bat freak! Check that out! Looks like someone's gonna get stomped! Kidding me? I can take it!
I mean, why would I continue on Wii U? The only reason we did the I Am the Night on PS3 is so we could play as the Nightfall skin and make it interesting.
So why do you think Penguin's giving out guns like this? It don't make a ton of sense.
At first I thought he was looking to take down Sionis, win us over to his side with weapons, you know? But I'm starting to think this is actually about the bag.
Because of what happened at the final offer.
Yeah, I mean, guy's gotta be pissed about having his place trashed. Batman made him look weak, real weak.
I've never heard of this.
We should head over to
No?
Sheldon Park, pick up some pieces for ourselves. What was I thinking working on Christmas Eve? I should be at home in bed with a sandwich, a beer, and my girl.
There's nothing on Google about it. There's nothing there. Wow. I don't know. I mean, I feel disturbed. Yeah, my Steam copy is fine. Goki, so is my Wii U. PS3 is... I don't know. I guess we can honestly say the PS3 is the worst version of this game. Like, by a mile, it's the worst version of Arkham Origins. It erased all the DLC. Sorry guys, I'm kind of stunned. I don't know what to say or think. But what? I thought Noel and Blackest Night were DLC. How are they still there? Oh, I think the Wii U disc will last longer than PS3. Wii U discs are coated with something different than PS3. PS3 was cheap. Wii U discs are made of... I have PS3 discs that look really bad. And my Wii U discs are still flawless. Like, my 2 copies of Arkham Origins are fine. It's just, you know, I can't do the Cold Cold Heart DLC. All my skins and stuff are there. But I mean, I'm going to be playing Arkham Origins on Steam from now on. Like, starting this year. But we'll never be able to play as Nightfall ever again. Adam West skin I don't really care about, but Nightfall was one of the coolest skins ever, and it's gone. I mean, I made a lot of content on Nightfall over the years. I did an entire, you know, New Game Plus with it. I did tons of challenge maps, but it's just... I don't know, it's just the feeling that it's gone. It just feels weird. I don't know how to describe it. I've been a person that has a lot of digital games. I've had digital games since 2006. This is the first time where it actually just feels terrible. Because, you know, all my games on Wii U work, all my games on Switch. My PS3 started acting weird the other day. And it disabled a bunch of digital games, and then it went back on the internet. And I think when I put the system back on the internet years after, you know, PlayStation Network went down, I think there's a kill switch in the PS3 to mess up DLC and digital games. I think Sony has a built-in kill switch after it's been 10 years or so. I think so. It's like losing a friend. I don't know if I'd go that far. I wouldn't say Arkham Origins and I are friends.
The Joker may still be here in the vault.
Acquaintances that we work friends, maybe. I know I've covered this game more than any other content creator, but I wouldn't say we're close. Maybe neighbors. We live on the same street. How's that?
Think you can just waltz under my bank, huh?
Roman, I'm here for the Joker.
The Joker? Never heard of him. How about you, dog? Know the Joker?
The who?
And you, sir? Name Joker ring a bell?
You son of a bitch! You think you can steal from me?
I got away with it! You're a dead man.
Dead!
You just play along!
You're insane!
It's been you this whole time. You hired the assassins. You've been running Sionis' operation.
Well, technically it's my operation now. Isn't that right, boys?
You've got me. Now let her go.
Oh, life would be so simple if you were all I wanted. No, you're just a teeny little distraction compared to what I've got up my sleeve. Here, have a laugh on me. Do you hear that? Sounds like 8 tiny reindeer.
She's dead.
Huh? What? Huh? Okay. Well, that can't be good. What's a CMOS? I don't know technical things.
I'm telling you, he ain't dead.
I'm sorry. Must be a bad connection. I thought I heard you say that after I shot him and blew up a building on him, the bat somehow survived.
If he was dead, there'd be a body. There ain't no body.
Well, since I know that's impossible, I'm going to let you reconcile my vision of reality with your version of reality. And because your pea brain can't parse big words, I'll translate it into thug speak for you. Kill the bat, or I'll kill you!
No!
The Joker knows I survived the explosion. I need to hurry before he kills Sionis.
Don't make no sense.
Or anyone else.
Shot, injured. How many places could he be hiding? Maybe he ate you.
Or maybe you're just as blind.
What's that? Anybody over there? Can't find him, man. He ain't here. I'll let it go.
If I find his ass,
I'm gonna keep watch from up there.
All right, boys. Your first job from the new management: kill the bat.
Oh, I don't have a glue grenade at the moment. Well, actually, Goki, when I turned on my PS3 a couple days ago to do the Ace Attorney thing, or not Ace Attorney, to do the Ace Combat, or whatever it's called, that one airplane game, I had to, when I started up the system, it asked me to change the date and time. It was like, is this the correct date and time, and all this other stuff, and I was like, okay. And then after that, I had to go on the internet, and like all my apps started to work again once I was connected to the internet. And then tonight, obviously, you know, when the system crashed, it asked for the date and time again. So that's the third time this week that it's asked for that. I mean, I would be surprised if this system is dying. This is the PS3 that caught fire. the HDMI aspect of it caught fire. So we're actually using a composite or component out to HDMI is how we have the HDMI picture. The HDMI thing is like literally all mangled and burnt from when it caught fire or whatever happened to it. I don't know. Whenever we covered that Spider-Man 3 game, that's when it happened. And then I bought a refurbished PS3 that's over there, but it doesn't have any data on it. So we use that for... The only reason I'm using this PS3 right now is because it has data on it. This is our original PS3. Our refurbished PS3 has the HDMI and everything works fine. And that's what we usually use. This runs very hot, even though it's like in a wide area, and like it runs loud, this PS3.
For a second, I thought maybe it was him.
Oh yeah, the HDMI unit in the PS3 is faulty. It had a lot of problems with it. The only reason that Sony put it in the PS3 to begin with is because they were trying to compete with the Xbox 360 that had a built-in HDMI. When they first announced the PS3, it didn't have an HDMI unit. They added one, and it's not a very good one. It can overheat, it can melt. Lucky for me, you know, it didn't happen until after using it for like, I'm trying to think how many years. From 2007 until 2018 is how long we used this PS3 before the HDMI thing like got fried, literally. When we took it to the store, it wasn't working anymore, and then the guy, because we were going to give him the PS3, because, you know, we were going to try to trade it in. And he tested it to see if it was working, and he got it to work, and I didn't trade it in, because he got it to work through component. He couldn't get it to work through HDMI, so he thought it was bricked. It would turn on, but he wouldn't get a picture. And so he put it through component, and I was like, Amber, I think I'm going to keep this. She's like, you sure? I said, yeah. But I'm going to buy this refurbished PS3 just in case. And the guy's like, are you sure? He says, I thought you were here to trade in the system. I said, I changed my mind. It's got a lot of important data on that thing. He says, I understand. I said, yeah, all my games are on there. And I said, you got it to work. I couldn't get it to work through HDMI. He says, well, look at your HDMI thing. It's fried. I said, what? He says, yeah, look at it. It's all black. He says, that's never going to work again. He says, I could take it out for you and put in a new one. I said, no, you got it to work on components, so I'll just do that. Because I didn't even think, you know, we were doing everything through HDMI through Elgato, so it was like, I didn't have any component stuff anymore. So I had to get a component to HDMI converter in order to get it to work.
Yo, there's a guy hanging upside down over here. This guy knows what he's doing, all right. Maybe if you guys were looking out for each other, you wouldn't be getting your asses kicked, right?
You should be able to transfer all your data to the refurbished PS3. I don't know how to do that. Okay. Oh, these guys aren't going on patrol. I think that guy's stuck. I think that guy glitched. See how he's not moving from that spot? That armored guy? So your guys' theory is somehow the PS3 factory reset itself, and so I lost all my DLC. Happy birthday, Sonic Gamer. So you are a February baby too. He's not stuck anymore.
Man, you got beat up bad. He's trying to scare us. It's working. Time to show the boss who the real fighters are. Everyone fan out so we can't slip between us.
Something's jamming my signal. I need to figure out what it is and take it out.
He survived that? How did he survive?
Gonna get a bird's eye view from up there.
What's that?
Uh-oh.
Found him! He's up there!
That didn't take long. Maybe I should have left a few more of Black Mask's goons alive, huh?
But if the system factory reset, why is all the save data still there? Even my original save data for that one Sega game I played, the airplane game, was still there. Save files there, it's just all the DLC is gone.
Please, don't hurt me!
Weird.
Stop! Stop!
Where's the Joker going?
Guy's nuts, man. Killed about a quarter of Black Mask's men when they wouldn't take orders from him.
Unless you want to join them, talk.
He said something about the steel mill.
That's Sionis's mill.
It's Joker's mill now. Ain't no way you're getting in there.
I didn't ask for your opinion. Alfred, pull schematics on Sionis Industries steel mill. Joker's taken Sionis there. He's going to kill him. Unless I get there first.
This Joker sounds dangerous.
He's taken over Black Mask's operations and slaughtered the men who wouldn't turn. He's the one who hired the assassins.
And it must be he who ordered the bombing of the GCPD. Oh, dear Lord. Shouldn't you think about letting the police handle this one?
Not a chance. He's mine.
Oh, well, we survived again, another level. Oh my gosh, that almost ended us. Whoa! Uh-oh. I can see your comments. I'm going through something at the moment. My PS3 erased all my DLC for Arkham Origins.
Serious? Nice. So we gotta collect that bounty? That's the plan. Remember, there's a bonus if we bring him in alive. All right, stay sharp, people. It wouldn't be the first time the bank got the jump on us. Keep your eyes open. You see even the slightest movement, call it out. Yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir. You got it. Absolutely. And no more yanking. I want it dead silent. Anyone hear as much as a pin drop, call it out. He's here.
Why isn't this...
I don't need...
Any closer and I'm taking you out?
You watch your back, freak.
Keeping an eye on you. Stay away from me, freak.
I know, Alpha. I am the knight.
There's nothing here. Shiva. Trying to collect the bounty.
That's just a consolation prize, in case you fail the test.
Test? I don't have time for this.
Somewhere in New Gotham, an innocent man is about to die. And we both know you won't allow that. So the question is, can you find him, Batman? Can you save him?
Do I dislike that Arkham doesn't have people in their games? Yeah, it bothers me. They explain their reasonings why, but it still bothers me. It's like, I get it, but every single Batman game, they're gonna evacuate the city. It's stupid. Arkham Asylum, or excuse me, Arkham City, it made sense. And Arkham Knight, it made sense. And I guess you could say in Arkham Origins it made sense. You know, there was a bomb threat. But still, it's like... Even Arkham Shadow, everybody was evacuated. It's like, Batman operates in a Gotham City that is thriving metropolis. There's people all over the place. And every game that we've had in the Arkham universe, for the most part, it's a city that's empty. It just gets kind of boring. Whereas in the Spider-Man games, when there's like a terrorist attack or something, like, there are people fleeing the scene, or they, you know, hold off like part of the city or whatever. Like, you know, it's under police guard and there's no people, they've been evacuated, stuff like that. And even the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man games, the Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 had people in the city, and they literally had, you know, citizens being turned into mutant creatures. It just, I don't know. I mean, it's not like the Arkham games are empty. There's thugs everywhere, but I don't know. My hope for a future Batman game will be that there'll actually be people in the game. Like, that would be nice. But, you know, WB is at fault for Spider-Man's success anyway. If you don't give your competition any competition, then you're nobody. You know? It's WB's fault that the Spider-Man games became as successful as they were because they gave half their customers to Marvel. All those people looking for a good superhero game went to play Spider-Man, and Spider-Man Miles Morales and Spider-Man 2. It's Arkham's fault. You can't complain that, you know, people haven't buying your product when you don't have a product for them to buy anymore. And, you know, the Arkham fandom is nothing like it used to be. We have a lot of turncoats and tourists and stuff in our fandom. They're not really part of our community. I don't really consider the people who came in from the Suicide Squad fans of Arkham, because they made fun of Arkham. They've called us gooners and all kinds of stuff. It's just, yeah, I don't want those people in our community, to be honest. They're not needed. Arkham games should only have Arkham fans in it. And Batman fans. Don't need weirdos. But that's, where are we? Shiva's test. You think the CMOS is because the DLC is gone? That's very interesting, Goki. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I have the black thumb when it comes to computers. I've destroyed more computers than I can think of. We don't have any computer that's still around from when we started YouTube. They all broke. Every single one of them. The current laptops that we're using are from 2016 and 17. 2018. They're dying. So we're going to have to replace our laptops in another year or two. Because we just, I don't know, we have the Black Death when it comes to technology. I'm amazed that our Wii U still works, kind of. Although the Wii U is getting some weird errors, only when we play Arkham Origins, though. I've put, like, my Wii U through the paces. Playing so many Wii games and Wii U games without any problems. And it's only Arkham Origins that gets that weird error whenever we try to run the Bruce Wayne Initiative DLC content on the Wii U. And that error didn't used to exist, because I did cover the Bruce Wayne Initiative DLC on the Wii U first, before the PS3, back in 2014. So, I don't know. But I've since played, ever since we started getting that weird error on the Wii U, I've covered, like, probably 6 or 7 different games that were on the Wii. Tenchu, Skycrawlers, what was that game called? The Last Story, all that stuff. Running off the same Wii U that got that weird error from Arkham Origins. And no errors, no problems. None. But every time you click that one feature in Arkham Origins on the Wii U, you get that weird United Kingdom, like, error that apparently only Wii U's in the UK get. So I'm not even supposed to get that error, technically. Yet I do. Every time I try to run something with the Bruce Wayne ninja skin, or I try to play a Bruce Wayne ninja level, it gets that same error on the Wii U. So, I mean, from now on, starting this year, we'll be covering Arkham Origins using Steam. This is the last time, you know, that we'll be playing Arkham Origins on either Wii U or PS3.
This can't be real.
Like, I mean, we'll continue and finish
Let's get it.
the thing for Alpha on this PS3, but I mean, I might take Goki's thing up and try to transfer all this data from this PS3 to another PS3. There's only one problem. I don't have the password for this PS3 anymore. I don't know what the PlayStation ID is and all that other stuff. And there's no, you know. It's too long ago. And I don't even have the same email attached to my PS5 that I did my PS3. It's a completely different email. For safety reasons.
We need to get down to Sheldon Park, like right here. Over here. Help! Please help! Can anyone hear me? I need help.
How's he doing?
How's he doing? Not very well. Ow.
What are you waiting for?
I'm having a rough night, okay? I lost all my DLC game. Jeez. May as well just use the default skin. There's really no reason to use any other skin anymore. Oh well. Oh my gosh, if you fail a mission, doesn't that mean... If you fail a mission, it's over, isn't it? Like, if the cop falls in the electricity here, don't you get a game over? Oh no. If the cop dies, it's game over. Oh no.
Oh no! No, no, no! Please don't hurt me, Mr. Bat! I didn't do anything! They ambushed me, strung me up! I don't want to die!
I'm not gonna kill you.
Wait! Don't leave! If you leave, I'll die!
Uh-oh. I hit her. I hit her so hard she bounced.
Please! Save me!
Ow. Eat floor, high fiber. Alright, we turned off the electricity. We're all good.
Please, don't hurt me.
Who did this to you?
They were all covered up, like ninjas.
Shiva.
Who?
Where are they now?
I don't know. My partner shot one of them and split. They finished stringing me up and took off after him.
You should call the precinct, have them send a car for you, then find some place to wait.
Will do. Thanks.
I should be able to pick up a blood trail.
Well, we're picking up subscribers. So are we picking up subscribers because of... No, every stream I've done the past couple days has got 1,000 views. I guess we're done with Dynasty Warriors, though. I mean, we'll do another one of those creepy Dynasty Warrior things. Man, guys, I just don't know. Like, I don't know how to feel. I mean, maybe I'm just too sensitive. But it's like, it's content that we worked really hard for, you know? And just to have it disappear like that, it's pretty annoying. And before anybody says, well, I mean, digital stuff, but, like, this is my PS3 disc of Arkham Origins. I had plenty of physical games. Well, I guess before the system dies, I need to cover all the games that remain on here, so that means I need to do... especially some of those rare PS3 games you can't download again. I did an Afterburner stream. I'm glad I got to play that again. I need to do that Disney Mickey game before that's gone forever. And I don't really want to play that TMNT Shadow game again. Don't really care about Turtles Reshelled. I can't look at Saint Seiya because... well, it's like super copyright. And I think there was a couple other games on there. Like, I'd like to do a video with Amber on Street Fighter HD. So how long do you guys think the PS3 here will last? Like, how many more months or years? Like, maybe another year?
This should lead me to the other officer.
You think about a year? Okay. Alright. Well, I mean, the refurbished PS3 we'll have for many years, though. Because we don't use it that much. We only use it when there's an Ultimate. It doesn't... It's never been, that I know of, connected to the internet. But this PS3 is wicked old. This is from 2007. I don't know how old the refurbished PS3 is. I never asked the guy. I think he said, like, at least it was like a 2013 model or something like that. Or maybe it was like a 2000... I don't know. But my PS3 is really old. It's either 2008 or 2007. This PS3 has a funny story, though. I don't know if I told you guys this, but this PS3 almost ruined my marriage. I'll tell you that story because Amber's asleep, but you guys know I was a game journalist, right? So, my job did not provide a PS3 for me. Like, when I got hired by, I think it was Got Game, they wanted me to not just be the Nintendo Wii guy. My boss wanted me to do written reviews for PS3 games, and I didn't have a PS3. And I was like, okay, great, I would love to do it. He says, cool. He says, when can you... He says, I need you to start this weekend. I said, okay, what game? He says, I need you to look at this game. I said, that's... I said, okay, well, are you going to send the system? Or... And he laughed at me on the phone. I'm like, what? I said, well, how am I supposed to do this? And the guy's like, well, obviously you're going to go out and buy a PS3. It's like, how? It's like, my wife is going to kill me. The credit card's only for emergencies. Like, she's working 2 jobs, and I just have this dead-end job as a reviewer. You know, it doesn't pay anything. So, I had to basically grovel to my wife and be like, hey, you know, my job is really starting to pick up, and, you know, I have this ability to get a raise, but... And she's like, but? I said, I have to buy the PS3. And remember, the PS3 wasn't cheap. And she's like, they're going to send you the games at least, right? And I said, yeah, they'll send me the games through the loaner feature. And she's like, she says, this is going to be very difficult for us, but she says, we'll try to do a layaway of it or something. But we couldn't do a layaway, and we ended up going to EB Games, and we got it there. But it was rough because, like, you know, my wife didn't think the game journalism thing would pay, and she's right, it never did pay. The only thing that happened because of the PS3 is we were able to cover, like, Arkham stuff eventually, and we made bank, like, on YouTube. I never made a lot of money as a game journalist. You know, if it wasn't for my wife's job, like, I was basically a kept man. Like, I did the internet thing that didn't pay for, like, probably the first 3 years of our marriage. I was just, like, working on the internet, and it barely paid anything. And then, by 2009, you know, our ship came in. I got all these contracts to write for publications to do PS3 reviews. And a lot of PS3 digital reviews. But, you know, for 3 years, from 2006 until 2009... You know, we were barely surviving as a married couple. We lived in a, where did we live? We lived inside of a studio apartment that had a bed, and the bed was a loft bed. Underneath was the couch, right? And then over to the side was a small TV about 19 inches maybe, on a pink wooden bookcase that had a couple DVDs, and it had some of our games. And then all of our GameCube games were inside of DVD binders. We had barely any room. We had no cat, because the landlord wouldn't let us keep the cat. Off to the side of the room, by the kitchen, was the desk that had a laptop. That's how I did my writing. And for the most part, every day, I was alone from the moment I got up, like around... I was on California time, so I would get up around noon or 1 o'clock. And my wife would work from 6 in the morning until about... She would be coming home from Boston at her insurance job. And then I would see her around 5 o'clock. She'd give me a big hug, then she would get changed, and she would go to her other job that started around 5:30, which was down by Plymouth. So, like, and she would work there until close, so like around 11 o'clock midnight, and then she'd come back from the mall, and she would watch like a little bit of TV and fall asleep, and then I would have to help her get up to the loft bed, and that's what our life was, you know, and I'd be up writing and stuff until like 3 in the morning, and it barely paid anything. I think I made, like, on the writing itself, I managed to make like a week. Whoa. The dude just disappeared through that stuff. Writing back then, in 2006, 2008, for a game journalist, I was making about 100 and... if we were lucky, about, like, maybe $100 a week, I think. And that was for, like, part-time. And then when I got the PS3, they upped my pay to about, like, $230 a week. Almost. But they also required me to... what they didn't tell me when I got the PS3, it was like, okay, we're going to have you do the reviews, but also we need you to write walkthroughs, too. And they said, we want you to write boss guides for Final Fantasy 13 and Dante's Inferno. And I had to write, like, in a month, I had to write, like, several walkthroughs. So my wife didn't even see me much, like, when I was writing that stuff, because I'd never written a walkthrough before. I didn't know. I'd written reviews and summaries of games and first impressions for websites, but I never actually wrote a full walkthrough of a game. So I had to go through and play through Final Fantasy 13 in 48 hours, and then I did a write-up of a boss guide that I had no idea what I was doing. And then I got paid an extra $70 for that, and that was 48 hours of work. So it wasn't until 2009 that we became YouTube partners, and then we started to make way more than the game journalist thing. And I almost, like, as a journalist, too, I worked myself into exhaustion. I passed out a couple times and had to go to the hospital and be put on IV because I was, like, malnourished and I was up too long. So I became literally like an anime character when I was doing all that writing and stuff. I was working for 3 publications, and I was barely making enough for groceries or to pay our electricity or whatever. So I felt like a failure as a man. Like, I had a beautiful wife who was working, you know, 2 jobs to support us, to pay our rent and do all this other stuff, and my job barely paid anything. I felt like a failure. So when 2009 rolled around, I was so happy that, like, I literally, when I got my first paycheck at YouTube, I cried, and then I quit one of my publications. Like, I just told them I quit. Because I wasn't going to kill myself anymore. Why do that when I could release a video and make triple that, you know? I literally broke down because it was like 3 years of, you know, terrible pay, and I had to go to conventions and stuff, and, you know, at least they paid for the hotel, but, like, the plane ticket, sometimes I had to split the cost of the plane ticket, you know? I was very happy when we went to events in New York City and Boston because it was really easy. We just stayed with my grandparents in New York City. In Boston, we lived there, so just had to get a taxi down to the convention hall and stuff like that. But yeah, those were... the first 3 years of marriage was very rough.
Too late.
Oops! Lucky shot.
Why did you kill him?
Because you wouldn't. He was corrupt. A murderer.
But there's no justice in this.
What do you know of justice? Behind bars or beyond them, these people never change. As long as they live, Gotham is stained.
This isn't the way.
And here I thought you might understand. Still, the test must continue. Meet me at Sheldon Park.
Oh, Amber is a powerhouse. Yeah. She's way smarter than me. You kidding me? She was a secretary for an insurance firm in Boston, a well-established insurance company. That it was a very hard job for her to get, but she got it because she knew somebody at her church. So they hired her on the spot. And my wife eventually quit that job because it was so stressful. Then she was a assistant for an orthodontist, whom she loved working for, but, like, I forget why she quit that one. She did that for about a year, and she didn't like doing it anymore. She ran the x-ray machine. She handled all the paperwork for the guy who was in his 80s. You know, then she was like, okay, I need to go get a better paying job. Because she thought she was going to take care of, like, all the finances the entire life. Because, like, I told you guys, after my car accident, I was screwed up. Like, the only thing I could do was write. And, like, my speech was bad and all kinds of stuff. Like, every video that I did on YouTube was scripted. Like, if people heard me... I never did live content until years later when I got used to speaking properly. I had a stutter. I had all kinds of problems. I would have long pauses because my mind would just go blank. Like, the car accident really messed me up. I couldn't keep a job off the internet. Like, outside the internet, I couldn't keep work. I always got fired. One job fired me. They hired me to do... I was working at a... I was working at a grocery store in the bakery, and I was supposed to, like, cook the donuts or whatever, and I knew how to cook and bake, but my mind shut off. So, like, I was cooking the donuts for the day, and, like, the boss left to go do something. They came back, you know, there was smoke everywhere in the bakery, and I was just standing there, and he's cussing at me, and it's like, I just had a complete shutdown. Like, I was still standing there, but, like, nothing, I couldn't do anything. Like, I just completely spaced out, because I had head trauma, and I had all that other stuff, so, like, my mind and everything wasn't working the way that it should. Like, I looked like a healthy young man, but I had a lot of problems. So, like, I was a big handful for my wife, you know, sickness and in health, she took care of me. I was literally Clayface from that episode of Batman the Animated Series. You've cured more than my body, you cured my heart. She could have left at any time. Like, we owed hundreds of thousands in medical bills at the time. We had some family members pass away, and, you know, because of, like, being in the will and stuff like that, we were able to get out of debt, plus with Amber's job. But for the first, like, the last year of our engagement, and the first year of marriage, I was in and out of the hospital for, like, cognitive problems, breathing problems. I had a small heart attack. You know, I had a lot of issues. Like, they didn't know how I was going to be either... At one point, I was going to be in hospice care because nobody wanted to deal with me outside of my wife. Like, my family didn't want to deal with me. They were just like, you know, I can't, you know, we're just going to have to give him, like, care because... You know, I was very sick. Like, I remember one instance, like, my mom was screaming at me when I was staying over at her house, and I was, like, drooling all over the carpet for some reason. Just had constant drool coming out of my mouth. I couldn't stop it. You know, a car accident screwed me up bad. If it wasn't for Amber's, like, love and care and, you know, helping me with so much stuff when she could, I don't know if I would have survived mentally. Because I was gone. Part of what may be better, too, is doing the YouTube thing, because I took my scripts that I was so used to writing, and we turned those into videos. And there were times when I would record videos, I would literally throw my microphone around because, like, I couldn't say, like, a basic word, and I'd just break down in tears. Because I would hear, I know how to say the word, and I've said it 100 times, but it would just be hard for me to say it. The word would get all jumbled, and I'd get angry because this was just basic motor functions. You know, I wasn't supposed to survive that car accident, but there were so many problems that stemmed after that for years. It was horrible. And I just, you know, I had a lot of dark thoughts when we were first married because I didn't want Amber to... When Amber and I got engaged, I was a normal person. I had a really good job. Like, I was a studio musician in Chicago. Like, I had it made. I was planning on eloping with my girl and living in the Chicago area the rest of my life because, you know, I got a job as a studio musician. And I was pretty darn good. When the car accident happened, not only I lose my job, but I lost my ability to play the drums really well. I could never play professionally ever again. I still can't. So, I mean, like, the early days of YouTube was kind of like very therapeutic for me because it helped me talk better again. Well, it helped me learn to be normal again, or at least to speak normal. Over the years with live streaming, my speech impediment is pretty much gone. I'm able to confidently speak, and I have some pauses sometimes, and sometimes I forget simple words. You know, that's because my brain got all jostled along in the car accident. But for the most part, you know, I'm pretty there, you know. But Amber was Supergirl. She helped out so much, and she was so encouraging too. Like, my parents were not encouraging about YouTube. They said so many times that YouTube would never pay. Like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing all this energy? Why are you doing all this stuff? There's no reason. It's never going to work out. And Amber just said, you know what? That video got this many views. Why don't you try to do this video? This is a trending topic thing. Why don't you try that? And so she was, you know, she was what a wife. She, you know, she really helped. Because sometimes when haters said stuff in the early days, I did let it get to me because it was like, well, maybe I didn't make something very good. Maybe these people are just like the people at school who said I'll never amount to anything, I'm stupid, and, you know, my disability is going to hold me back and all this other stuff. She was the positive comments that I needed in my life then. And the greatest day of my life was it was 2010, and Amber was working at 2 of her jobs, and I picked her up from work because I was still driving back then, and she's like, "What are you here?" I said, "Open the envelope." And she's like, "What?" I said, "I got paid from Machinima." And she's like, "You did?" I said, "Open the envelope." And she opened the envelope and she cried because it was like, it was a huge blessing to us because that was more than what Amber made with her 2 jobs. Like, for the month. That was like, you know, that was a big deal for both of us. And then not long after that, Amber basically quit most of her jobs, although she kept her job at Walmart because she liked it, but she worked part-time there until like 2011. Like, after the after she stayed at her job like at Walmart because she loved it, and she was like the best cashier there, until like after she stayed for Christmas with them, and then she was full-time with me from 2012 till, you know, basically now. So that was a big deal for us, like, because like no one in our family believed the YouTube thing would work. And I think the reason why I get so aggravated with how YouTube is now is because, like, everything that we work so hard for, and like literally we got over so many hurdles in life. If you think about it, we got over like illness. We were able to repair my brain, not necessarily 100%, but I'd say it works about like 80, 86, 85% after what happened to it, you know? So again, I think that's a big deal. And to have things happen the way they are now, where like after 5 years all our stuff is gone. All our viral videos are gone, and, you know, we barely... Every month is like, are we going to survive on YouTube? Are we going to have to say goodbye, like, the next month? Like, living month to month has been scary. And a lot of that is because YouTube basically, you know, they killed all our viral content. So, unlike our YouTuber friends who are still making a lot of money off their legacy content, we're not making anything. Like, I would love to have just a fraction of our legacy videos continually getting views, because do you know how many channels have like over like 50 videos that have 1 million views? There aren't that many on YouTube, even with people who have like millions of subscribers. For a singular channel to have like 50 videos that are over 1 million views, it's unheard of. And every single one of those videos including our video that has 10 million views, has earned $0 since 2020. And you're like, how in the world do like all these old videos just disappear? It's like nobody knows, but they're gone. So our entire legacy on YouTube that we created for those videos to go viral, we don't earn anything on them. We only get paid videos that are from the last 28 days every month.
I'll give you whatever you want.
And we have 16,000 videos. Can you imagine if YouTube would somehow turn on the monetization for those 16,000 videos? Amber and I would be like so well off. We wouldn't need memberships. We wouldn't need anything. We could just live off 16,000 videos for the rest of our life. Instead, we have to make over 200 videos a month. You know?
Look, I don't want any trouble.
It's insane.
Please don't hurt me.
Like, nobody should have to go through this.
What do you want?
What happened to Brian Murphy?
We had a deal. He gave me the account numbers. I faked being a client and cleared out the account. In exchange, he gets a cut. It's a con I run 100 times. But then he starts to get nervous, tries to back out.
So you threw him off a roof?
I couldn't risk a warning the bank. I'll go to the cops. I had to protect my interests.
And how'd that work out for you? Alfred, contact the GCPD and let them know Brian Murphy's killer has been apprehended. Send over the evidence as well.
Consider it done, sir.
Yeah, I know, Scribe, but eventually I'm gonna run out of gas, man. Like, we outdid the amount of videos that we did last year by, like, 2023 we did 13 or 1,400 videos for the entire year, right? 2024 we did 2,600 videos in 2024. 2025 we'll probably do 3,000. 2 people doing 3,000 videos in a year is insane. That's insane. They said they switched on the monetization, Goki. They're just saying people aren't watching those videos. Like, because we're shadow banned, videos don't get seen. Like, if there was a way that, like, 50 people a day, or 100 people, or 200 people could watch our viral content again, like, I think the channel could slowly start to recover, because those videos had such a high watch time. The high watch time is still there. It's just like, if you go and you look at all 45 or 50 of those viral videos, they have 0 views an hour for like 4 or 5 years. And our competitors like Disney Infinity and Injustice videos and Power Rangers videos, they're all still being watched because they're still in the search engine. So like, we have like 16,000 videos that are all monetized, but nobody's watching them. And it's not your guys' fault. It's like nobody on the search engine finds those videos. Like every once in a while, there's like a miracle video that somehow gets like above 10,000 views. Like I thought that Dynasty Warriors, the Abyss thing was a terrible live stream. It got 12,000 views. It's the first video in 6 months to go above 12,000 views. I think. I'm pretty sure. Oh, we don't. Game Kid, we lose about $1,000 a month. We've been losing that, like, besides the whole hackers, like, just in general, like, the channel's been imploding for 5 years. Like, every month, if I were to post my taxes, every year we make less. It might be like 5% less, 6% less, 10% less. It's been like an escalator going down for 5 years. The only thing that keeps the channel stable is the members, the super chats, the ultimates, the merchandise selling. Like, the ad revenue is going down an escalator. It's never stabilized. Every month, and I have the data too. I've been tracking it. Same amount of views, usually. Like, we managed to keep, even with the channel being, like, in the state it was, We were able to keep the channel for 4 years at 1 million views every month for 4 years. In 2024, we couldn't do it anymore. 2024, we had a couple months hit 1 million and everything else was 900,000. Our new normal now is 850,000 views a month. That's going to be our new normal for like the next 3 years probably. Like there's no growth, there's just a slow decline. And there's nothing we can do to stop it. Like it's just been going down and down and down. You can't, like I can't find a way. There is no way. It's kind of impossible, you know? I've been racking my brain over this. Some nights I can't even sleep at night because I'm trying to figure out a solution and I can't find a solution. So I just kind of like, I don't know, I turn off my brain sometimes because I know it's inevitable. Like where it's just gonna, that's gonna be it one day. But we're gonna try other venues. Amber wants me to try to do voiceover stuff and radio commercials and things like that. So I'm gonna try to look for some opportunities off the internet and see if I can get like some type of stable income. Because I'm still paying back when Amber had to go to the hospital and you know the baby died. I'm paying that back still. I'm paying back to the hospital when Amber had the ovary explode and she had to have surgery. I'll be paying that back for years. I don't even know how long that's going to be. It's insane. It costs $10,000 to have a live baby, and even if you like, you know, have a miscarriage when you're, you know, later along, they treat it like it's a full pregnancy. So like we're still saddled with the bill of, you know, the hospital helping Amber when the baby died. And on top of that, I'm still paying for when, you know, she had that life-threatening surgery thing happen. So we'll be in debt our whole marriage. Like it'll never go away. Plus, you know, I have the whole IRS thing. I've withstanding balance to the U.S. government on top of that. I don't even know how I go to sleep at night. I have so many worries every night. And before I had, like, at least a stable bit of sanity because my job was paying so I could continue my installment payments. I'm running out of my ability to do my installment payments. And a legal friend told me, says, the most important payment that you'll have to keep making is to the government. You'll have to keep giving the medical people less and less because, you know, the government is the priority. That's where we're at now, is I have to choose, okay, keep paying Uncle Sam what he says I owe him for back taxes and like he probably get sued by these medical companies when I can't pay them what I agreed with. So it's just life is not easy. It's just not. And I know this is gonna sound terrible, but my grandma, when she was alive, she offered to take care of like one of the things for like 20 grand or something. And I've had these thoughts now that she's gone, like we were never brought into a will or anything like that, so I think that my grandma didn't have any money left. And I was mad at myself because I was like, your thoughts went there. Your grandmother's been dead for a month and you're concerned about inheritance. You're an evil person. You know, I've had, like, the last 2 months has been insane on my mind. Like, I just, you know, and I have no escape. And I've been crunching numbers, too. Like, even if I was to get a job outside YouTube, they don't make enough compared to YouTube. That, like, even if I were to get, somehow miraculously, like, another job to work offside YouTube, YouTube still makes more. YouTube makes more than Twitch. YouTube makes more than Instagram, makes more than Facebook. But we're still, you know, every month we're bleeding money every month. Every year. There's been no growth on this channel in 5 years. That's crazy. But I mean, you can't. You have to be realistic though. You can't grow as a content creator if you're only getting like 200 subscribers a month. Like 200 people somehow miraculously finding 16,000. If the channel was healthy, we'd be averaging about 6,000 subscribers easy. Could easily get more views because more people, but I mean, it's very hard to keep a business stable with only a few hundred customers. We have like close to 600,000 subscribers, but only in reality about 10,000 to 20,000 people a month are returning. That's it. And they don't watch everything either. So it's like, I don't know. It's just stuff I wrestle with. I mean, everybody has their own problems and worries in life. I just, based on everything that happened in our early marriage, the fact that we're going to be celebrating 20 years together and we're almost in the same financial situation as 20 years ago is terrifying to me. You know? Because everybody's like, oh, you and Amber are like such a strong couple. It's like, well, I guess we are. We try, but, you know, we've been... Every time we think, okay, life is going to get easier for us, then it just keeps not... You know, we both, like, were very happy in 2009 when she could basically, you know, work for me full-time, and my job was finally... She had 3 years of her investment in me finally paid off, and not only did I start to get better, and I stopped going to the hospital after 2009. Like, I had confidence, and I felt like I was contributing to something, and I was working towards something, and, you know, every year we were earning more and more and more. And then, you know, even when the government came and said we did this and that, and they claimed, like, you know, so much, both SSI and the government, we were still able to pay what, you know, they said we had to pay them every month. It wasn't until, like, the pandemic that things started to get scary for us. Like, oh my gosh, we can't make our installment payments. We can't keep the offer and compromise going because we can't afford it.
Potential assignment incoming. Keep this channel open.
I mean, realistically, would you guys be able to afford to pay the U.S. government every month $1,600? Like, realistically, could most normal people pay that? Am I just, like, overstressed, or is that an insane request?
Check that out. Looks like someone's gonna get stomped.
Because I think they're asking for a lot.
I'm gonna destroy you. You suicide.
Yeah, but you have to understand, that's just the back taxes. I also have to pay new taxes. So the U.S. Treasury takes $1,600 from every paycheck, every month, and I can't stop them. Even though we're struggling, I can't do anything. Well, SSI screwed me over. Like, I owe SSI, I forget how much they said. Because they were giving me payments that we weren't receiving, but they said I claimed. And that's the same year that the IRS came after us and said, hey, you know, you owe $100,000. I was like, what? How? Because I've been paying you 35,000 every year. Or whatever. I never missed anything. I never did anything wrong. So the IRS made a huge mistake. And then the SSI came after me. So I have a payment plan with the IRS. Or, not the IRS. I have an agreement with the IRS. For who knows how long. And SSI told me I only have to pay them $150 a month. But I'll never pay it off. So, like, you know, and there's nothing anybody can do. And, you know, I don't think I'll ever have credit. I don't think I'll have anything. I'm amazed that I was able to get an apartment. Because, like, they just see me as, like, I don't know, a criminal or something. I can't even leave the country. The IRS is the final boss of adulthood. But you have to understand, if the IRS makes a mistake, they can't be held accountable for it. The people who are held accountable for a mistake on the books is the citizens. Like, somebody would really need to go in and fix the IRS, because, like, some of the stuff they do, it doesn't feel like it's legal. It doesn't feel right. Every year since 2015, we've written to the President of the United States, whoever it is, and asked him to forgive our debt. Either forgive our IRS or SSI debt, because YouTube's not paying what it used to. Like, we won't... A year or two from now, I don't know how I'm even going to pay, you know, my debtors. Because, I mean, I don't eat anymore. Really. I went from eating 3 times a day. I only eat once a day now. Because my fridge is empty. The rice cooker that we got, we have rice like a couple times a week now. We eat ramen. My wife eats a lot of kimchi. I eat tons of cereal. I've always had cereal. Cereal is my biggest food expense. Because we don't have the money for a lot of stuff. So in order to keep the business going, we had to cut some necessities. So some of that involved, like, getting certain types of food, and, you know, we don't travel very much anymore. And every time we readjust our YouTube channel, the YouTube channel then makes less money. It's like we tighten the belt, and then it's like, it just gets worse. And I've listened to myself on the streams. I'm sounding more and more depressed every day. Like, I'm running a rat race, and, you know, eventually the rat is going to run into a wall or something. Like, I don't know what to do. And before it was like, okay, I'll just make more money on YouTube, but it doesn't work that way. Because I can't, I've already made as many videos as I'm allowed to make on YouTube. Like, they only allow for 9 to 10 uploads a day, and I'm, like, right in that threshold. And, like I've told you guys before, no secret, it's true. There are people who used to work in Machinima's, like, YouTube partner program that are in YouTube's hierarchy now. So there's people from Machinima, there are people from Maker Studios who have jobs at YouTube that used to be our bosses and things like that. And they're in positions of power. So if Amber and I were to break the terms of service with, like, you know, being accused of spam, these people won't hesitate to remove our income. Like, they won't hesitate to erase our channel or, you know, under the grounds of spam. So, I mean, there's nothing more I can do as a content creator. I pay for a monthly newsletter that I write with Amber, you know, to notify as many people as possible. But I can't make any more content. The only way I could take advantage of the loophole is somehow upload additional content for the O1 channel. But the O1 channel can't live stream. And the O1 channel can't... it doesn't really have viewers anymore. It's kind of in the same shape as the Let's Play channel. So even if I posted content over there, I don't think anybody would even watch it. And I would have to post a lot of content over there to try to make money. And I can't do it. Physically, I can't do it. When I get done live streaming, sometimes I just sit and stare at a blank wall, trying to think of a plan, and I can't think of anything. By the time I'm done thinking, it's already morning. So, it's like, I don't know. I think the thing that makes me so upset is, like, I can't tell family how bad things are because, you know, family freaks out. So I just have to pretend everything's fine every time I see them. And I can't even afford to drive to where they are. Because, you know, our family's all over the place. Like, we're in the middle of Pennsylvania. They're in New York. They're in Chicago. They're in Texas. It's not easy to visit these people. I thought about selling my car, but then we won't have a car. And I would much rather my wife, who drives everywhere, be in the safety of a Jeep than some, like, small car. Because that Jeep has already saved her life a couple times. Because some idiots have hit my Jeep when Amber's been in the car, and the Jeep saved her life. If it was a smaller car, she would have gotten hurt. So, I mean, the Jeep, I need my Jeep. My Jeep is important. And there are a lot of bad drivers in Pennsylvania. We lived in New York City, Albany, Chicago, and Boston, and not one car accident, ever. In our entire marriage, not one car accident. Before marriage, yeah, the car accident that almost killed me. But that wasn't a Jeep, that was a Lincoln. Or it was a Toyota, I don't remember. It was one or the other. It was I think it was a station wagon. But, as soon as we moved to Pennsylvania, we've had 3 people hit the Jeep. 3 different people. 2 people fled the scene. Our insurance loved that. And the 3rd person lived at our complex. And they got arrested for, like, being drunk, and they hit our car. They messed up our bumper or whatever. But the other 2 people, they fled the scene, and they caused extensive damage to the car. I've had to have that car fixed twice from, like, damage from bad drivers. And it's still there. It still works, you know. It's a tough Jeep. I don't remember the name of the car. Amber named the car. It's green, so maybe it's Link. I don't know. I don't remember. It might have been. I think we named the Jeep Hound, actually, after the tough Autobot. If you guys remember Transformers stuff, because that Jeep's been in 3 car accidents from bad drivers, and every time Amber walks away from the Jeep, like, unscathed, like, she's always fine. Because the Jeep does its job. It protects. So I'm pretty sure we named it Hound after the Autobot. The old Autobot. So I don't want to lose my car, you know? Especially a car I know that's time and time again prevented something really bad happening. But Amber looked at me the other day. She was like, she woke me up, and she was like, "Our channel is fixed now." I said, "No, it's not." And she's like, "What do you mean?" I said, "After a day or 2, all those views that you're seeing are going to drop down to, like, in the zeros again, because it's, for whatever reason, that Dynasty Warriors video just went pop." But I said, "It's not going to last." And she's like, "Well, what do you mean?" I said, "Okay. So statistics-wise, the video is only going to be in circulation that I made for about 24 hours. So she's like, "No." She says, it's going to continue to grow." I said, "No, it's going to stop growing after 24 hours. It's just, if it doesn't get, like, another 3,000 or 4,000 views, it's just, YouTube's going to be like, okay, nobody's watching this video, so we're going to turn it off." I said, "It happens with every video that we do." And she's like, "No, this time," she says, I have faith that it's going to be fine." I said, "Okay." And then she woke me up the next night. It was like, I don't know, 2 in the morning. And she was like, the channel's dying again. I said, well, it's not dying. It's dropping down to like 600 or 800 views an hour, right? And she says, yeah. I said, yeah, that's normal because, like, it's not getting those amount of views that it needs.
You don't want none of me.
And she's like, it's not fair. I said, I know it's not fair, but, I mean, the reason why that video grew is a fluke. Eventually, I said, you know, your channel right now is kind of like a lightning bolt. The more content that you release, I hate to say it this way, eventually it's going to strike a house. It won't last very long, but the lightning bolt is going to connect with something. So whether you put out 100 videos that month or 200 videos, one of those videos is going to go above like 5 or 10,000 views. It's just the law of averages. It's going to happen. That doesn't mean every video you do is going to be seen, though. And I said, the thing is, you want a good video to be seen by people so it brings people in. And I said personally to her, I said, the Dynasty Warriors video I did sucked. Because the text was so small, I had hecklers, and I didn't know what I was doing half the time in that game. So, like, most of the comments that happened after that video that helped with engagement were making fun of me. So that wasn't very fun for me. So, yeah, but, you know, I hate being right because it hurts my soul, you know? It's like, I want it. I want, like, someday, like, when a video does go pop and the views are stable for, like, hours and hours and hours or days and weeks, you know, I want to be just like, okay, I'm going to sleep for, like, 2 days. Because I haven't slept in 5 years, really. I only get about 5 hours of sleep a day. If that. Uh-oh. Careful me. Oops. I should probably not fight these guys because they have guns. Yeah. Wasn't I supposed to go to where Lady Shiva was? Yeah, why didn't I go to where Lady Shiva is? Uh-oh. I think most content creators, like, after 10 years, if they make 10 years, they dip. Because, like, you know, they just can't, they can't deal with the strain anymore, I guess, or something. Like, I'm already so busted as a person that, like, the way things have been going is just kind of like I accept it and just try to keep going as best I can. But I think, like, after doing this for 20 years, I might have a small mental collapse, so forgive me if I go a little crazy in a year or two. Because I think it's coming. I think that, like, Mount K-Wing is gonna blow in a couple years. like lava and everything. So just bookmark this video and please forgive me because I have a lot of bottled stuff.
What are you waiting for?
I think I'm gonna go off on a heckler like someday. Like I just won't have any decorum. All right, where are you? Go to Sheldon Park. Rabbit hole. Thank you for the super chats, guys. Sorry I was in my own little world. Alpha, you didn't need to super chat. You're already doing so much being an ultimate, buddy. You don't need to do that. Do I have Captain America on PS3? Yeah. I won't play it on this one. Why? We're not going to be using this PS3 anymore. I don't think. Yeah, but anyway, when I call Amber Supergirl, I mean it though. She's smarter than me. She has no disabilities. She's got a little temper, but, you know, she's able to do so many jobs. Do you realize the kind of stuff that Amber has done? Just to show, like, how awesome she is as a human. She's been a medical assistant. She's been an orthodontist assistant. She's worked insurance. She's helped to manage a furniture store. She's been in culinary. Do you know how hard it is to get into a culinary school? She's worked in a... she was part of an orchestra. Only smart people can be in orchestra. Orchestra is very hard because you have to play... You can't freestyle Beethoven. you can't freestyle Mozart. You have to play it exactly how it is. Exactly how the part is, with perfect precision. That is very hard to do. Amber was like a third chair violinist. And she settled for a loser. Like, literally, I could barely speak. I had to be taken care of. I had really bad job.
Attention all units, we need everyone on assignment. No 10-10s until first.
I had behavioral problems because of the car accident. I was a mess.
This mask is mine. I've been looking for a good...
But it always makes me mad when people say that Amber's like just like your typical blonde. She's like smarter than the girl in Legally Blonde. Like that lady became a lawyer. Like Amber's done so many different types of jobs. And if she wanted to, she could probably be a nurse. If she has to. She has her medical thing. She could be, or not a nurse, she could be a medical assistant. We're supposed to go up here. This is where I'm supposed to be. Right, we need to take care of the snipers.
Anyone going home empty-handed. So head on up here and grab yourself a gun. You heard me right. 3 guns for everybody. Courtesy of Oswald Chesterfield Cobblepot. And the best part, you don't want anything in return. Kind of smoke. Here's how serious you line the boys to go, huh? Then my boys. Take a look around. Feel out and take what you want. Just don't hang around. We got a lot of guns.
I think my only superpower is when life basically craps on me, I keep finding a way. I keep trying to find loopholes to survive.
Mama always said I make it.
Am
I gonna die?
Just kind of like a street smart New Yorker, but that can only take me so far, you know? I didn't feel like sneaking past them. I wanted to fight them.
Why did you come? Don't you have a city to save?
You killed a man.
Yes, a lesson that seems lost on you. And many more will die if you do not learn it.
Then you'll stand trial for all of them.
I admire your passion, though your cause is flawed. Now, let us fight.
Uh-oh.
Learn quickly, Batman.
Oh, snap. Nah, she's not gonna be flustered. Like, I've said all that stuff to her before. She already knows all that stuff.
It is time to be tested.
My mind doesn't work the same way as other people. Eventually I'll come around and end up repeating what I said today. Doesn't work that way. I'll forget I even had this conversation. A lot of that has to do with how many streams we do. Oops. Like, I probably would have a better memory if I didn't make, like, 200 videos a month. But it's like, I have people come in streams all the time, ask me questions like, hey, do you remember this? It's like, what year did I cover that game? No. Nope, I don't remember that. Or sometimes I'm like, well, I kind of remember. But
well fought. Now let's
Amber knows you guys. Like, there'll be a person who hasn't been on the channel in 10 years, and Amber will immediately recognize that person. And I'm like, how? And she's like, well, I just remember, like, you know, people. And it's like, but how? It's like, also that person could be lying. You don't know. But, like, she knows you guys better than I know you guys. Which is crazy.
Enough! Skilled, honorable, devoted. I see now why the Master has chosen you. It seems we have both learned something today.
I don't care about you or your master. I'm bringing you in.
No, you're not. But you have earned a reprieve. I hope in time you come to realize how wrong you are about Gotham. It is not meant to be saved. It cannot be saved. Only cleansed. And from the ashes, reborn.
Alfred, I'm sending you 2 sets of coordinates. One is for a body, the other's for a survivor. Make sure they get to GCPD.
Of course, sir. Shall we consider the case closed, then?
For now. I doubt tonight's the last I'll see of Shiva.
Oh, you can't get hit? Oops. Oh well. Hey Alpha, I'm sorry for ruining your stream, man. I didn't really do anything worthwhile tonight. I think part of my mind checked out because how disappointed I was losing all my DLC. That it opened up a rabbit hole that I didn't want to dive into. So I'm sorry about that. I don't think I did a very good job tonight. Yeah, Rick, the most important thing you can do, buddy, is please pray for us. Like, let your church know. Get us on prayer list. We've got we have a ceiling of debt that we have no escape from. We're paying back our son's death. We're paying for my wife's surgery. We're losing income at our job every year, and it's just I don't see a light at the end of the tunnel. I just see a very long tunnel that goes on forever, and walking through the tunnel, the lights are getting dimmer. It's like spooky. It's almost like a horror movie where the tunnel's lights are getting, like, somebody's messing with the setting of the light. And it's getting hard to see a way out of the tunnel. Alpha's gonna be ticked when he watches this back. He's probably not gonna renew. Well, wherever you are, Alpha, you're amazing. Thank you so much. Sorry about ruining your stream.
Do you require anything?
I know you wanted probably me to be terrified of playing I Am the Night and worried about dying and being entertaining, and I wasn't very entertaining tonight. Just too much going on. Also, I mean, I'm sick. I can't hear out of my left ear. I haven't been able to hear out of my left ear in, like, ever since I got back from my grandma's funeral. I can't hear out of my left ear. So, like, it's just making me really, really, really down. And my wife wants me to take me to the doctor, but I don't want to go to the doctor because it's going to be more debt. And also, like, I know what they're going to do to my ear, and I don't want that procedure done. It hurts. So, alright, so I'm gonna go make some Photoshop, gonna listen to some 80s metal, and gonna unplug this PlayStation because it smells smoky. It's probably not good that I smell smoke coming from the PlayStation. Also, it's really hot to the touch, so I'm gonna turn this thing off. Yeah, so if you guys are religious, please keep us in your prayers. That's the most important thing. Like, that's, God's help is the only way. As a man, there's not much I can do. I've looked through every loophole for dealing with debt collectors and lawyers, and I've exhausted everything that I possibly can. And, you know, I've used every program, every trick, every loophole, every, you know, human decency, goodness that are in people's hearts, and there's nothing else that can be done. Outside of a millionaire, like, saying that they watched my content and they give me $1 million or something when they, in their will. There's really not much. Alright. Take care, people. God bless. And I'm gonna go make some I'm gonna make art. I'm gonna make some art. Yep.